Hi and welcome to our part 3 of our Soi Buakhao walkabout. We're currently experiencing lockdown, and in this video we're just going to start just past the triangle bar. Now if you didn't see part 2, please check the link below, and there'll be a link there for you to see where we went part 2, which was around the hospital area, as well as the up and coming Soi Boomerang, which was a really good place pre-COVID. Okay, so we're going to be walking up now from here up towards Tree Town. If you're not sure about Tree Town, then you're going to enjoy this video, because Tree Town again is another hot prospect and certainly under the microscope in terms of places to be for new and developing beer bars and entertainment complexes. So we're going to head up there. Now, as we're walking up, there are a lot of places shut. Poop Plaza, incidentally, you see the sign over there, it says that it's up for rent. Now, I'm not quite sure whether that means the whole of the plaza or whether they're talking about individual units, because inside there are individual units. If it is the whole plaza, that surprises me, and it's a real shame, because it hasn't been opened all that long. It was gaining a bit more popularity. There were a lot of bars there that had room for improvement and certainly could attract more girls to work in there. But when you consider this location, particularly opposite the LK Metro entrance, I think it's in a great place. It's a shame if that is the case and that they have decided to call it a day and to potentially hand over the reins. And we were speaking about this in another video about the potential here to buy a property or invest. But if you've got the money and you can sit on this for a year or so, I actually think it's not a bad idea. Maybe you disagree. A question we always get asked is, where's a good Indian restaurant? I've eaten in this Tikka Centre. I have to say the food is very good and very well priced. It's not expensive at all. He's been around a long time, which again shows you that if a restaurant's been here a long time, the chances are their food is pretty decent. And I have to say, from a personal eating experience here, the food's always been good in this place. Never really had a bad meal, and as I say, it's very well priced, and certainly a place to think about if you are looking for a curry. Opposite there is obviously Soi Honey. Now, Soi Honey on the left-hand side here, especially in the mid-afternoons, if you walk down here, you are going to get grabbed by the girls. It's a massage place, and you'll come out with a smile. Enough said on that. And if you head further down, on the right-hand side, you may or may not be aware, is Honey Massage, commonly known as a soapy. And further down from that is the RETOX sports bar, which is a great place if you love your sport and you want to go into a sort of, what would I call it really, a home-from-home kind of bar where you can sit down and watch the football, etc., etc. And not just football, they cater for many other things like American stuff and other sports, but it's a great place to go to. So head down to RETOX. Now this taxi airport Bangkok and tour, Thanda's tour. I have to admire these people, that they do seem to be popular, because when you come here as a tourist, maybe you're not really sure where to go or how to get around, so perhaps these kind of kiosks are busy and they're a good go-to resource. But what I would suggest you do, in all fairness, is get to meet some of the locals and ask. Many of us know how to get to these places, and I would hazard a guess that you will pay a lot less than what you'll pay in these places. But having said that, if you want to go to a place, then these are great. They've got all the selection of all the different things that are available. So, horses for courses, positives and negatives, as you can see here, all the island tours, etc., etc. So, on that side of things, then yeah, fair shout. Go and have a look in there. Scooters Bar, another one of the bars that was doing very well. They went from one bar to now they've got 3 bars. They've got a Scooters Bar in Soi 6. They have one in LK Metro, and obviously the one that we're looking at right now. And they were going from strength to strength. And, it's a nice bar. They've got some nice girls in there. It's a good theme. It's kind of like a mods and rockers kind of theme, I guess. But it was a night, they're all very similar and all good bars, and certainly very popular. And there's their standard signature Lambretta. I used to love it when the mods were about. I won't say why, but no, I wasn't a mod before you think of that. But when they used to wear those Parker jackets, they were great. Pull them over their heads, and that was it. They had no idea what was going on. And anyway, enough about that. So now Carrier's Bar. Interestingly, I haven't been in Carrier's Bar, so I'm not really sure what goes on in there in terms of like the sport facilities and the TVs. Perhaps you can share. I do sometimes get hammered by people saying, no, you don't know where these places are. Truthfully, if I had the time to go in every single place, I wouldn't have a single minute of time to do all what I'm doing now. So, you know, guys, if you can help me out, Carrier's Bar, they've even got a shuffleboard, whatever the hell one of them is. Don't know. All right, so we're moving further up now. Now we are near the Tree Town area. Prime Burgers, again, you know, another firm favourite here, and has a very, very good reputation, and definitely a place to pop in if you like your burgers. Okay, so we're now over into the Tree Town area, and one of the things I like about Tree Town is this. They have lots and lots of various food kiosks, and they really do cater for pretty much every kind of food that you could ask for. And the thing about Tree Town is the location. It is smack bang in the middle of Soi Buakhao, and it's been flagged many times as being the new go-to place. And the funny thing about this area is there's still, as you're going to see in a minute, a lot of room for expansion. So there's a lot more bars that can come into this area. Another question I get asked a lot is about public toilets. And to be honest, it's a great question because there aren't that many public toilets around. But in all fairness, nip into any bar, you know, get yourself a beer, use the toilet. It's not really an issue. And I would say if you're really desperate, a lot of the bars won't mind if you just nip in and use the toilet. I've never really seen or heard of anybody kicking off over someone using the toilet. You know, drop them 10 baht and walk out, job done. But these are the bars that I'm talking about, sorry. And as you can see, you know, there's a lot of bars here, and I really do think that Tree Town is going to be the go-to place. And there's a lot of expansion, there's a lot of land here. So places that are currently under pressure in Walking Street may want to relocate. I would hazard a guess that this would be certainly in the top 3 of their areas to consider, because I think Tree Town is a go-to place. What do you think? You know, have you been to Tree Town? What was your experiences? Please drop a comment below and let us know about your experiences here in Tree Town. Is this a kind of area that you go to? One of the nice things I like about Soi Buakhao is there's various, not an ornament, it's not an ornament, but it's like a feature. You know, the old Land Rover here, the Army Jeep, you know, and again here, like the I don't know what, like an alien on top. They're all kind of cool things, like an octopus, I think that is. But they're cool, you know, they make the place interesting. They add a bit more character to it, and it just adds to an evening out, really, in many ways. But I like the way they think. You know, it's nice to see them thinking outside the box. Worsties. Now, I was lucky enough to serve in the army, and I spent 2 years in Germany, and I love currywurst and chips. Oh, I used to live in Celle in West Germany, as it was called then. And on the way back from being out downtown, used to come back, and there used to be a bratwurst on the corner, the bratty van. Used to go in there and get currywurst and chips. Oh man, and with the mayonnaise. Oh, I've got to stop talking about it. I'm dribbling now. It's mental. But yeah, currywurst with chips and mayonnaise. My lord. And luckily enough, back then I was that fit. It never had any effect on my waistline. Unlike now, it's very, very tough right now. Okay, so. Moving further on, again, like I say, you know, these little character things, these little standout statues, they just make the place a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. I'm probably talking rubbish, but it's what I think anyway. So Tree Town, like I was saying, if you have been to Tree Town, please drop a comment and let us know, what do you think about Tree Town? Is it somewhere you would go to if it was packed and rammed as it can be, and it has the potential to be? Here's the restaurant part if you want to sit down and enjoy some food. As I say, that previously the stalls were on the outside, these are stalls on the inside, and it's a nice place. It's a good place to go to, and I think, rightly or wrongly, I think Tree Town in Soi Buakhao is definitely going to be the place to be. I might be wrong. I don't know. What do you think? Drop a comment below. Let me know. All right, so you know, we're still in the midst of COVID at the time of recording this, which is a shame. Where the light is at the end of this tunnel, truthfully, your guess is as good as mine. I honestly don't know the answer. And people say to me, when do you think it will be over? If you'd have asked me this question last year and said, when it first came out, you know, what we're looking at, I would have honestly said, no, a month, maybe a couple of months at max. I wouldn't be saying that in a couple of months' time, it will be a year to the day when COVID first hit us. So, you know, it's quite frightening. When you think about it like that, it really is frightening. And, you know, credit where credit's due. Thailand did do the very best they could to hold on to it, and hopefully we'll get through this very soon. The Endless Bar. Now, this is one of my go-to places. I'm gutted that Max has had to shut down. It was brilliant. Great pool table in there. I love a game of pool. I'm always up for a game of pool. I play at a very decent level, so I enjoy pool a lot. And the Endless Lounge was brilliant. They had a really, really good table, and I've had so many nights. They used to bring some famous snooker players in there. You know, Ken Doherty, Jimmy White, all those kind of people used to come in and play in there. And I've had some great games against those guys. Brilliant, brilliant place. But sadly, and I mean really sadly, from my own personal experience, it's such a shame that this has gone. All right, so we're going to leave it here at the Endless Lounge. In part 4, we'll continue on and we'll head up towards the end, towards Pattaya Klang End. Please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. And don't forget, please join our Telegram group. It really is going from strength to strength. And lastly, if you would like to help support our channel, please, you can use our PayPal account, and anything you can spare to help cover our costs is very much appreciated. All right, that's it from me today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, and I hope to see you here in the very near future.